Nice. Is that gonna work? Hey, that's working. Okay. Where was I before I got Kaya sidetracked? Do, 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 do. I'll definitely want to check that out later, but that's not what I'm here for. It's always interesting. This is probably why most people have like a little, we're going to be open in a moment and not just, okay. Got the chat up so I can see what people are doing when they're chatting. Yay. Dun, dun, dun. Works for me. All right. You're no longer selling anything, but keeping my small amount of skill. Oh my gosh. I don't like you. Oh, this is the wrong person. That's why. Look, I'm not gonna play this game with you. Like, hmm. I have no applicable duplicates. That's interesting. What about on the correct character? Hi, I see I finally got some people joining. Perfect. So in a moment, I'll kind of explain what I'm doing for those of you who just jumped in. By the way, feel free to use the chat to say hi. I'm not set up on Discord or voice chat yet, and that's probably for the best at the moment. I may change that in the near future. All right, and trust to withdraw items. There we go. I have a nightmare level of stuff here. Finally got that archer bard or whatever to 90. That was kind of cool. Okay, so basically I've been working on this weapon here, which is something you do only for the way it looks. This particular version of it. Hold on, my son wants to say hi. Hi, Jack. What'd you find?
Um, a new movie. Was it on Netflix today?
Uh-huh. What's it called?
David McKinney Bottom, the Sandy Sheep movie.
Okay. Oh, do I need to like put it on for you to watch later?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you want to say hi to people in here? Here, I'll make it to where you can say hi. Because I do gotta check. It's set to where it's normally gonna see me. There you go. Uh, let's see here. So like this, I think it's just original. There you go. You can pull back now. Hi. My hair is a wreck. I should put on a hat or something. Okay. So you're gonna go back to watching your show? Don't forget your phone, silly boy. Oh, all right. Back to that image. This is actually a photo I took back in Illinois. I need to do more with photography. Anyways, okay. So this is what it is. A relic weapon, or at least way back in the way back when, was a moderately difficult weapon to get, with a lot of steps involved. Now it's not necessarily as difficult, but there's still way too many steps involved. And you get them because you like the way they look, or you want to be like, oh, I got this. Well, I got it. This is the second to last version of the A Realm Reborn relic, which is, right before the Heavensward expansion, which has a goal of 60 relics. This one doesn't look super fancy in and of itself. I mean, it's intricate. There's no glow or anything like that. Yeah, I get it. You have Eureka armor. You know what I have? The ability to not care. Oh, go off. Anyways, moving on. I'm at a point where I basically have to run a bunch of dungeons. I'm running Tamterra Deepcroft, Unsynced, which is really just an exercise in how many times can I run the same darn dungeon, because you basically got to run it 24 times. I've got to run it on the class that has the weapon, and every 2 times you got to go trade in another 50 poetics. Hey Malachi, was that your character? Do you have an alt character I'm not aware of? You don't have a Rothgar? Oh, someone had the last name McGee, and so I thought it was yours. Like 16 more runs to go. It is exciting. On a scale of 1 to 10, it could be worse. Like, remember when it was, well, you probably wouldn't have, but there was a time where you had to do this in a group, because how else were you going to do it? I have the poetics, I just need to, like, actually run the dungeons. Thank you for wishing me good luck. So we're gonna run. I was kind of messing with Ninja because I wanted to see, after having Dancer to 90, if I could put together a melee class that I would enjoy. And I kind of got used to how this one plays to an extent. But then I kind of ruined my desire to play it when I started doing this weapon, which I started, like, I started working on this when I got to level 50. And I mean, I've been keeping up on a lot of the class quests in between that. And some of what I've done has been through dailies. So I've gotten some experience that way. But a lot of it has just been... I also changed up how I've got my keys mapped on here a little bit. I'm using Q, E, and R, which is better, but also kind of weird when I'm running. I really shouldn't be worrying about killing these things. I'd probably go faster if I just ran. And I ran so far away. That's not what they wanted to have happen. There's still one of those guys behind me casting dodge, and I find that funny. It's not following me. I must have killed him. Okay. Do I want to use the rosary? No. What's going on, Jack? No, what does that mean? Well, if you're going to watch it, that's fine. If you want me to put it on later, I probably can. No, you can see that I'm in the middle of streaming, buddy. You can see that I'm trying to play this stupid video game that no one likes and has me doing repetitive stuff. Why? So I can have something shiny and be like, look at this thing I did. And a false sense of accomplishment. Yay! Alright, just under 4 minutes. Can't complain about that. Grab the treasure coffer so that I can... That's weird. Why did it not? Huh, that's interesting. I need to check something. Oh, it's no, that's not right. It's you know, it is Switch Perch. Okay. Hey, Night of Sarcasm. I am Twitch. Well, so there's apparently a way that I can do this and twitching at the same time. I haven't figured out how to do that. It is something that I want to invest in. Looks like there's a tool that'll let me, but for some silly reason there's a like a subscription fee, so that's something I need to look at. Jack is kind of just chilling with me on the bed. He pops in and out every once in a while. Because of the way that the camera background's set up, you're not supposed to be able to see him. But every once in a while he pops in there because that's my son for you. He's been feeling on the better end of sick, but he's still a little sick.
Still feeling better.
I know. That means tomorrow you're gonna get to go to school. I'm excited.
What do you mean? That was a year ago.
A year ago, it was like yesterday. And the day before that. Not really a year ago?
What's the opposite of a year ago?
Yesterday.
What? What's the opposite of today?
Tomorrow or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay. Ah, silly little kid. All right. So now I have the Mahatma crab, which is exciting because well, now I get to do Tamtara Deep Craft. I haven't heard from you in a hot minute. What's new in your neck of the woods? Feel free to share with me. Hopefully you and your kids and your life are going well. We're gonna try running. Will it let me? What a silly kid. Okay, so Final Fantasy XIV is a game in which you kill stuff and see if it respawns. Spoilers, it almost always respawns. I mentioned a little bit earlier, but ARR is a Realm Reborn. It is considered the, quote, base expansion. It wasn't always the base game because part of this Final Fantasy is that it did at one point have to be shut down and restarted again to make it like a game that wasn't... Yeah, that's my phone, Carol. He's getting so good. He's so good at voicing things. And I love hearing that about him. But sometimes he just voices the most random things. If you ever get bored and want to try it, they do have a pretty advanced free trial, but I also know you're pretty heavily involved with WoW. Oh, you got your son into college? That's awesome. I'm sorry to hear that Unity Hub's arguing with him. Is he just going after a general degree, or does he have, like, something he wants to get into figured out? I could be grabbing those treasure chests, but literally everything that I could possibly grab, I'm going to be, turning around and descending, so it's like, it's just inventory -1 for me. I think I've got a jack on me. What do you think? Oh, game designer, that could be fun. I know I've put some thought into possibly doing something like that from time to time. And there are plenty of people looking to play games, which means you need people who know how to make them. I've got a lovely jack upon me. Doodly-doo. Here he is. He is upon me. 1, 2, 3. He's a jack. We love him. That's right. Yes, we do. And if he's gonna be a jack, we're gonna be like, woo! I'm gonna try running again. So I'm way above level for this. They are 16. I am 64. But that's okay. Because again, we're just trying to make it to the end as quickly as possible without going over. And there are some artificial roadblocks. Not artificial intelligence, artificial roadblocks, child. Yeah. I love my child. He is... Of all the children I have, he is one of them. So these guys can't really hurt me. But if a hit goes through, it does interrupt me, which is really frustrating when I'm trying to interact with stuff. Activision and Microsoft let 1,900 employees go. I'm not super surprised considering the merger. Announcing it so early in the morning is kind of weird. And in the middle of the week also seems weird. I think they'd announce that a little later in the week. So normally there's a mechanic where there's like a little mini boss that you fight, and then once you fight it, you've got to touch those orbs and it removes something. Now I'm going to cast the ninja version of Thunder on this. Oil Woken. There we go. That means we're done with it. Go us. And then we're going to turn to Ramon and be like, hey, Ramon, I want to buy another one. Says I've got 8 remaining, which is 16? I had more. Okay. I got an entire yank. Not super familiar with whatever survival game they were working on. Diablo 4 eventually coming down. Guess that was going to happen eventually. I'm kind of surprised the mobile game's still going on, but I guess we'll see. Alright, we're going to try running and see if it works. The class that I'm playing is Ninja, which primarily is a melee class. But they have Mudra, which are used for ninjutsu. It's like these 3 buttons here, and arguably Kasatsu, but arguably not. And you use those abilities to in certain patterns. Like if I want to get everybody at once, I'll do fire, lightning that creates fire. Boom. Fire, lightning, fire. And then, alright, and it's going to start telling me that I've already got some of the stuff. My inventory's a mess. I don't really care right now. Normally I wouldn't be worrying about this. I'd just be throwing... I've got a 2-part AoE combo that I'd normally be hitting. I've also got a speed boost that I could be popping up, but it's just... Or like an attack speed boost, but for what I'm doing, it's not really worth it. Like if I were in an actual party, yeah, sure, I'd want to keep it up, right? I guess I could just... There we go. Now it's up. You're unable to obtain those. You've already got them. Yay, me. Then we're going to kill these things, because why not? And there's a bonus because I do that. Oh, I didn't hit it right. Am I not doing that right, or what the heck? Whatever. Oh, it's just 10 seconds, not 20. Silly me. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and speedrun now. I mean, this is kind of a standard setup. I've moved around some of the UI. The whole hotbar thing is certainly nothing new. It was in Korean MMOs long before WoW. It'll be in MMOs long after. I've remapped some of my keys because who the heck can reach 1 through 0 when they're playing with mouse and keyboard. so we're going to go ahead and throw fire. And it's just kind of like a spooky dungeon. There is some more behind it, and there's a another extension of it that's Tamterra Deepcraft Hard that expands further on the lore of what's going on here. You know what? We're gonna have a little bit more. There you go. Summon the giant turtle. Did I say turtle? I meant frog. I am not very smart. Look. Oh, that'll be fun. New World of Darkness Space. I keep telling myself I'm going to check one of those out one of these days, and then I always find an excuse not to check it out. Someday I'll put together an actual Requiem game, but New World of Darkness 2.0 did so much to kind of kill my thoughts on the game. So, what's going on, buddy? Okay. Do it again! Kind of curious how Hunter 1.0 works out, but I do have a good friend that plays it, so I'll just have to ask him. I know he's got the book. If I felt like driving out that way, I could probably take the 3-hour drive to go get it from him. I definitely miss that sense of community. One thing I really don't like about this stupid weapon I'm going after, I say as if I'm being forced to and not like it's something that I chose to, is that I'm spending a lot of time just doing it by myself. I'm not interacting with other people, I'm not playing with other people, and that's not what I like to do in MMOs. You know, I want to be communicating, I want to be interacting, I want a reason to complain about how bad everyone is. Is it really an MMO if I'm not finding ways to pretend I'm better than other players, while also pretending that the reasons that I'm worse than other players are completely made up? So normally you kill that priest, and that would summon the demon, and then you defeat the demon, and you'd activate this orb. Also, normally if you were in a party, you wouldn't just be like running through killing everything. Alright, now we're gonna run. Run. It's time for me to. In other words, time to run. In other words, casting fire on everybody. And then we'll throw a dagger at him, and now he's dead. Alright. Touch the cultist orb. Basically, those are all tied to a ritual, which is... So that is the Ninja Ice ability, which does damage and binds. It's also not at all what I meant to do, but why not have fun? So I don't know if I remember Foster, but can't be bad. One of these days I need to get together with you and try to reminisce and remember some of the better and worse stories of Four Winds, and find a way to then write them so that, you know, they're accurate but not necessarily naming anyone, so that when the people that are involved get a hold of cam leadership, they're like, well, we can't really do anything, and then just do a video or a post about them, because some of the stories that I could tell were definitely stories. Don't do it. Well, hopefully that's in a good way, not in a I'm going to lay there long after I've destroyed you all ways. Alright, sealed barrier. I'm gonna have to look into it, because I really do think that if I were streaming on here and Twitch, it would be more fun for everyone involved. Nice die. I don't understand the purpose of that frog, because it does so little damage. Like 160 to everything that it's summoned near. Yeah. Lightning. Oh, I know what's going on. There's a bonus on this dungeon right now. Of course, it doesn't tell you that, but that's why I only have to run it once. Well, let's exploit that, because if I do that right, that could mean only 7 more dungeons. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, my son Jack over here is being adorable. He's like, Dad's streaming. I want to be involved. And I can't even be mad. Like, maybe a little, but not really. This is kind of a chill stream, so I can afford to be a little entertaining. He's so full of energy because he's been sick for a little while. You're getting to full energy? Maybe when your sister comes home, you and her can run around. But she is, she's doing a school thing, so she won't be home until later. I have other projects I need to work on, but I was really trying to have an excuse to do this, and just chill in general. Kind of try to shut my brain off. I've been dealing with a lot lately, and you know, we've all been dealing with a lot lately, but I see what my friends are dealing with, and I feel what I'm dealing with, and that's pretty much it. Run, 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 I run around. Run, run, I run around, I run around. I run around. I'm running this way. I'm gonna run like that. So you're like, what are you doing? I don't know, but it's good. It's funny because I feel like it's always been chaotic, but lately I have to live it because I'm an adult. Also, maybe when I was younger, I was less focused on how chaotic it is. I definitely have to put a lot of more effort to survive day to day. But I need to make sure that I'm not letting that get in the way of me reaching my goals and getting stuff done. Oh no. I'm being attacked. For like 20 points of damage. Whatever will I do? So other than WoW and New World of Darkness, what else are you up to? Anything exciting? I feel like that red tape's always kind of been there. The major problem is getting my stupid body to do what I want it to do, and that's been more and more of a struggle lately. There's a lot of things I'd like to do, especially as my mental health has gotten better, but my body says no. My mind's telling me no, but my body, well, it also says no. So. Yo, barrier. So we're gonna beat these things up. That'll summon this guy. I gotta quick these orbs. Orb number 1. Orb number 2. Fully awoken. Yep, there's a bonus on the dungeons right now. So from what I understand, that's like completely random and it lasts for 2 hours. But I will take it because that's a lot less dungeons I have to run. National VC, yes. So if I ever want to get into trouble, you're not the person to go to. But if I ever want to get in trouble in character, you're the one I want to talk to. Got it. All right, let's try to speed run this one. All right, the goal is to do it in under 4 minutes. Can I do it? Oh, you're a coordinator, so I need to make sure that I'm getting in trouble in a real game. And then you'd be like, no, not him. He's just a little guy. There's no way he could be doing the things you're accusing him of. I got a phone call. We're going to ignore that. Okay. Oh. Alright, that's the first orb. Run. 2, 1, and run. Okay. Because I didn't hit it fast enough, I'm going to get a limited amount. Because if you're in combat, it only works for 10 seconds as opposed to 20. That has already messed with my speed run. My totally unprofessional speed run. Alright, so we beat these guys up, and that summons this guy, and then... Alright, and now in 21 seconds I can run again. You not be jumping on my bed, Mr. Jack? My bed is not for jumping. I just got those new sheets. Like, I was so excited. I finally have, like, new to me, never been slept in before sheets. And here you are, just saying, that's great, I'm gonna go, like, jump on that bed. You have your own bed to rule it. You have to jump on a bed, and you shouldn't, but if you do, go jump on your bed. Yeah? Is it a nice new place? Because the bed sheets are new, but this is the same place we've been in since, you know...
Bedsheet.
Okay, well, I'm glad you like it, kiddo. You just had to break it in for me? Is that what's going on? I don't know. What do you think I mean? Alright, we got that. I mean, my bed is probably comfier just because the type of mattress that I've got. However, here's the kicker. He messes up his mattress, it's going to set me back about $100 a fix. Not like the smallest amount in the world, but I can make it work. If he messes up my bed, I'm not going to have a new mattress anytime soon. So sometimes I let him sleep on my bed to cuddle. He's definitely not going to be jumping on it. We're not doing that. Now you're fake sleeping. So I got it in 3.5 minutes. Why did it seem like that didn't set it off? Did I do something wrong? I had to have done something wrong. I don't know what it was. Okay. Comments. Thanks for reminding me. I need to look into what that service is that'll let me stream both here and on Twitch, and then maybe I can get like a tiny, eensy little following. I don't really stream that often. I'd like to stream a little bit more often, just in general. But I am kind of a fan of having these little streams that are just, me and my friends and the occasional rando. I've got no belief that someday I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have like thousands of followers. And everyone's going to love me. And we're going to run away to Disney World. Also, fun fact about that. So, I've never really been big on the idea of Disney World, and you can blame Dave Barry for that. Um, I've read a lot of Dave Barry's nonfiction novels, and he has a whole bit about how basically Disney World is, being in a line for an hour just beyond. Being in a line for an hour, being in ride for a couple of minutes, rinsing and repeating, and paying quite a bit for that. And that's probably not accurate, but that has forever kind of tainted how I feel about it. It's not that I have a thing against like theme parks in and of themselves. Of course, as I've gotten older, my anxiety about travel has become worse. It's been harder to kind of justify. Oh my gosh. Do something about that. Like, got a good setup for what it is. I imagine if you were the sort of person who wants to see a competent person play this game, then it's not for, for those people. But I do like the ability of being able to talk with people as I'm playing, and this is one way I can do that. I do have some semi-regular people that show up and say, hey, I've been playing around with like music lately. I want to do more with that. Video creation is kind of a fun thing I like to do from time to time, and I've been getting arguably better at it. And also I've been using photography as an excuse to go out every once in a while. So, how we do that? Alright, this guy's gonna be like, I want to beat you up. And you're like, no. Not today, Satan. Not today. And then these guys are going to be right there. We're going to wait until we're within range. There we go. Grab the rosary. If I could run this that quickly, it'd be amazing. It's also not, arguably not a quote-unquote real run because, I am over-leveled. It is unsynced. If you like watching the same map over and over again, that is the ninjutsu that summons water and lets me do a hidden attack, which is almost always trick or track. But God forbid I do what I'm supposed to be doing. It could be speeder. Oh, what? How did I not kill you in one hit? Go away. And it's interesting because Ninja has been like my pet project for a hot minute, but it's not what I consider my main, which is Dancer. And I've remapped all of my keys, and as a result, I'm trying to get reused to Dancer. But I still feel like I've got a good idea of what I'm doing with Dancer. Normally with this fight, I didn't kill him in one hit. You summon some creatures, and you have to kill the creatures that are linked to him before you can kill him again. And then you summon him again at another point in the fight. There's like all these other creatures, but I don't really care about that. I mean, I guess it can. Okay. All right, fully awoken. Away. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah, we did it. We did it. Hooray! You've come for my wares, he says. I want the Mahatma of the Scorpion, yes, so we strike a accord, blah, blah, blah. At this point, I have no more than 10 more runs, and since we keep getting these double runs, got no fewer than 5. This could be a short stream. Run! I'm like a bird, I'm gonna run away. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my home is. I really should, like, map this ability to a key, but it kind of requires a mouse to get the most of it, and it's basically my ability to teleport as a ninja. But it's such a small amount that I usually don't worry about it. Like, it's more of a toy than an actual utility. That wasn't supposed to happen. I used the wrong mudras. Okay, you really quick. Touch the orb. So what type of character are you running in Space 2.0? I really need to pay attention because that's not at all how that's supposed to work. Alright, we're running. We're running. That guy's gonna be a bit of a... Don't even start with me. Buddy, I will come and... Yeah, now you can get stabbed. Was it worth it? I bet it wasn't, huh? There's one more base human. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. Werewolf has always been kind of a popular... Also, I'm surprised, because I've always kind of played the game with the slant of focusing on the man versus beast aspects of World of Darkness, and turns out that kind of places me in the minority, and most people are like, what superpowers can I get? And I thought that was silly. I thought that was like a bad thing. I thought, who wants to play Super Friends? Well, it turns out a lot of people want to play Super Friends. And in the cam, quite a few people want to play Fancy Tea Party, which I get because you don't have to worry about rolling up a new character every time you find yourself in front of the plot bus. But I kind of thought that was silly as well. But the number of people were like, no, the whole point is just to see how to get the cool powers. It's like you can't even get a pony in the game, in the Global Chronicle. What makes you think you're going to get, like, all the powers? But I guess it doesn't matter, because New World of Darkness 2.0 stripped a lot of that away anyways, so it's like, what's the point? Alright, let's see if I can mess this up. Yay! We still got credit for both of them. Unable to grab that, because you already got it. Alright, Mahatma Exchange. 4 remaining, available. Yes, to Striker Chord. And I still have like 150. Yeah, cool. Desynthing these is a way to like turn them into one base item, and a lot of these items aren't necessarily good, but in my case, they'll allow me to accidentally collect more, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So. Like, I enjoyed that about, Mage, where it was like, yes, you're powerful, and because of that, you know that you're not powerful enough. Like, the more cool powers you get, the more aware you are just how helpless you are. Love that aspect of it. And I always thought that one of the more empowering things about Requiem is like, yeah, you're trying to live, your own life, as the case may be, but you're also trying not to step on the toes of these other individuals, and oh yeah, you need to put some focus on how you're going to gain sustenance, while remembering none of these people out in the real world really like the idea of there being something that's not human in one way or another. Maybe they'd exploit it, maybe they'd try to kill it, whatever. I love that aspect of it. Also, I really kind of felt like New World of Darkness put a lot of focus on um, enabling the city that you built and putting like a mechanical edge on certain aspects of the city, and I always thought that was kind of cool. All right, run. Well, if I'm correct, I've got between 4 and 8, or 3 and 6, or I don't know. After this one, I'll try to make it a point to check, but I'll be honest, if I weren't talking to you while doing this would be so much more tedious. Alright, and that's gonna summon that guy, and we'll just firebomb him. Deal with that herb. Deal with that. In 12 seconds, I can run again. I'll go ahead and kill these guys just because if I aggro them when I try to run, it'll be an issue. Okay. Now we can run for 20 seconds. There we go. Easy peasy lemon something or other. I don't know. I like Four Winds. I miss it. I understand why it'll never be a thing again, but I miss it. I don't miss a lot of the drama around it. Oh boy. But I do miss it. And I do wish that I'd been in a situation where I could have done more with it. But it was pretty time intensive, and I was in a relationship where that was heavily frowned upon, so... Alright, so if I cheat a little bit, I should be able to... Frog, go... Get the rosary... Run... Use the rosary... Every time I'm like, I'll beat him up in one hit, and then I don't, and it confuses me. Alright, normally there'd be a cutscene here, but I've got it to turn off cutscenes that I've already seen before. We're gonna lightning him, he's gonna die. There you go, we're finished with that Mahatma already. That's a good sign. And now we exit. They said we were too powerful. I think that it was more along the lines of they hated us because they weren't us. Alright, so that says we've got 3 more runs after this. We were definitely one of the largest, if not the largest domain, and that had its own set of issues. But I kind of feel like the people that stepped in to put a stop into it did it for some of the wrong reasons. And I have opinions on that, but they're not worth saying in a recorded streaming atmosphere. I know I've shared some of them with you. Why is someone sending me, like, little notifications? Okay, so I'm being chased, and as a result, I can only run 10 seconds. Which kind of sucks. And, these guys don't stop chasing you. When you're in a dungeon like this, they're going to chase you until the end of the earth. In some zones, certain creatures will stop chasing you, but not always. Yeah, and I still don't understand that. Also, I forget the name of the guy that was who stepped in, saying you guys aren't going to be like in here anymore because there's actually people in Atlantic City who want to play, and it turned out there's like 2.5 of them, and one of them that got dragged into that specific area was like, but I just wanted to play online with you. Why do I want to be dealing with these people? It was a whole thing. Especially at a time when you had a lot of, like, the number of people in the official chronicle who, you know, were not gender conforming or somewhere on the queer spectrum and didn't want, like, others to know and weren't necessarily in a position where they could express that out in the open, but were able to do so, you know, on IRC or Discord, was not insignificant. And I know that when that additional element was added, was like, well, you're going to be talking to this local person, and you're going to have to get involved with this local campaign. I know for a not insignificant number of people, the response to that was like, that's a bit of a hassle and a bit of a risk. I'll pass. Yep, that's the one. That guy. He was a lawyer. And I did not care for him, but fortunately for me, I've forgotten his name. And like, I wouldn't go out of my way to intentionally urinate on any lawyer, in part because they've got the ability to make me pay for their suits, and in part because I'm just not into that fetish. But I was not a fan of that guy. I would argue that, on the whole, members of the fan club are open. Definitely some outliers, it is what it is. However, not everyone feels comfortable outside of their home expressing who they are. And one of the great things about online play is it gave them a bit of a safety net to explore that. Alright, that means I've got to run 2 more times. That'll be nice. Stick around for about 10 more minutes. You'll get to see the final evolution of this weapon. That'll be exciting. Well, they may have cheered heavily when he left, but they certainly weren't afraid to say how awesome he was when he joined. So, you know, it's kind of, they get what they get and they don't throw a fit as far as I'm concerned. Is your DA still on the record? Like, you still have to, when you're asking for votes and they're like, do you have any discipline actions? You'd be like, yeah, back in the day, a lawyer was being a dick, and so I kind of sort of got a DA out of it. Is there a point where those eventually fall off, or do you have to, like, be on your deathbeds? Kids, before I go on, I have to let you know, per the rules of the Camarilla, that back in the early 2000s, I received a disciplinary action. I mean, I feel like there were some people with power that if you're like, yeah, they gave me a TA, that would actually help your ability to get elected. There were definitely some characters that, in some circles, were not as appreciated as in others. Like, I get it. You're in a mostly volunteer-run fan club with a lot of different individuals. Not all of them are the same mind. Uh, Not all of them are in the same mind of how the game should be played or what the focus is. As a result, you're going to have some headbutting. That said, boy, howdy. Uh, I hope that Guy is doing well. I haven't heard from him in a while. I'm hoping that Jed's doing well as well. I've got him on Facebook, but he almost never posts on there, and that's fine. I say as if, like, he needs my permission to not post on Facebook. Did I just get turned around on accident? No, okay, good. I was about to throw a fit. You know, we're running. Like, there was a lot of good people, and I'll always be grateful that those people were in my life. Um, and it's not like everyone in the game that I didn't care for was bad necessarily, just weren't necessarily for me or the type of game that I was hoping for. And also, people change, what they're looking to do changes, the type of games they want to go to changes, all of that plays a role in things. I know that the new rules and bylaws have definitely taken away a lot of the horror aspect of the games, which I always find interesting. But I also know that on the other side of that, there's a lot of people who use those horror tropes as an excuse to be an outright individual. So I guess when you're dealing with thousands of players, those sort of changes are meant to happen. Maybe we don't need characters with 5 points of herd of babies from the abortion clinic. I don't know. What the hell? Did I, like, mess up the summon? Must have. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Are we down to hundreds now? Wow. I remember when it was thousands. It's a baby little thing. I wonder what people went on to do now. They find like another fan club. They go to play like Fortnite. I know World of Darkness is or White Wolf Publishing's influences have definitely waned a lot over the years, especially now that they don't really do a lot of print publishing outside of that direct publisher. Having a cloak made out of kitten skins wouldn't be allowed because that's animal abuse. Not to point out any character you ever had. Or was it baby skins? I don't remember. I'm mixing up my characters now. Alright, I have one remaining, so I could be done with this in as little as one run if we were lucky. I love how on my last one, or my last little Mahatma or whatever that I've got to do for the weapon, but it still lets me know, hey, you know how you've done 11 of these already? Just a reminder of how they work. God, okay. So now we're running. Oh, it's babies. That's right. Oh, is it just like straight up babies? That's adorable. Like, yeah, sometimes it can be hard to tell where the edgy humor is and where people actually trying to do like some horror things is. I kind of sort of get it, I guess, but I don't have to like it. And again, as I mentioned, there's a lot of people who play the game who feel like it's all about getting the best abilities for their super friends. I always kind of frown upon that, but apparently I am 100% in the minority there. You're supposed to run a horror game, but you're supposed to be very cautious about how you categorize race, hate, disparity there. It's much harder to say, well, that's what my character would do, which has pros and cons. But when you're playing a game that focuses on personal horror, it also really kind of hand ties, the storytellers. I'm gonna start with me. Like, if I just, like, beat those things up, I could be running. But I'm not beating them up, so... Oh, great. Now that guy's coming after me. That's adorable. Like... that is truly horrifying. And you'd think that that sort of thing would be accepted. Not necessarily smiled upon, but accepted. What the hell? Why are you letting him beat you up? No, just like we're not doing that. So if I'm lucky, this could be the last one I have to do, and then I gotta go turn all this in, and then we will have a completed weapon. Alright, that one's defeated, so we're gonna click that. We're gonna click that. We'll go to a cutscene, except we've already done it, so there's no cutscene. And there you go. Alright. So I believe the next step after I've done that is to go to North Shroud. Like, I remember having a character that was a member of a player-created faction, and there was some fun in that, although I wouldn't have recommended it to most people after the fact. Because it definitely did kind of shoehorn what I was able to do to play the game. And then I did have that maquette computer expert who was played up specifically to be the sort of creep that would use social media and dating apps to have an excuse to feed, which I'm pretty sure would also no longer be accepted in the bylaws that the group now currently has. I love how it keeps you like, you joined a fate. No, I haven't. Like, get on my way. Alright, so somewhere over here there's a guy. And I either have to have it equipped or not equipped. I need to have it not equipped. Okay, no problem. I have a terrible weapon. Well, it's a much better weapon. Just for when that happens. Zodiac Weapon Awakening. I can't imagine why. Sounds like a song. Dead toddlers aren't much fun. No, no, no. Storyteller says, toddlers' days are through. He's going to throw them in the stew. Dead toddlers aren't much fun. All right, so he's going to work his magic on these weapons. Maybe a few cutscenes. And then what? And then some more cutscenes. Gonna hammer that thing for no reason. That's not my weapon, so I don't know what he's doing with it. And now it sparkles! And this? They're all proud of themselves. We did the thing. There we go. Ooh, that's fancy. Alright, so now I need to equip that just so I can see, like, oh wow, those are pretty cool. I'm gonna try to get like an actual. There we go. Like that is screenshot worthy. Yeah, I like it. What's interesting to me about it is how most of it is like specifically crafted armor. Um, oh, it's function. All right. So the hat is level 60 basic ninja garb. Level 64 basic ninja garb. 62, 62, and 64. But none of this stuff is augmented. That's how that set of gear looks. And in the strongest of theories, I could upgrade some of these things, but I like how that hat looks. It's ninja-y without being like covering his face overbearingly so. And it's just got a level of style that I enjoy to it. Also, I always go for that Marlboro green color because I like the color of it. Oh, we should probably go. Oh, definitely. Gotta love the transmogs. Right, so now that I've got those, I have to do something, and that's. Alright, so I've got this weapon here. Oh, wait. I can do better. I should do better. Okay, bear with me. Because that isn't even remotely spirit bonded to me. I've just been holding on to that as like a, in case I need to not be using my ninja weapon, use this. Alright, ninja weapons. Demon armored daggers. They're really cheap on the auction house. Go figure. Alright. Whip. Take it out. We'll sell those in a moment. So these daggers, they got a cool look to them, but they don't shine. So now we're going to go Cast Glamour, Blade Zeta, and now I can have all the benefits of a weapon that's not god-awful with the looks of a weapon that looks fancy. Alright. You're no longer selling items. Well, that's going to fix here in a moment. I have a lot of stuff I need to get rid of. Am I going to sell for anything? Yes. I'm just selling a bunch of little stuff so that eventually someone will be like, oh, I want that. That's probably dropped in price. Yes, it has. Oh, well. Has that dropped in price? Is that why no one's buying it? Yeah, someone undercut me. What is that used for? That's not worth a whole lot. Growth formula, I could probably turn around and sell for a nice chunk. Yeah, and I do, to an extent, I do miss that about WoW. You know, there is a lot of content to put things in. 700. It was interesting to me how the more they put new content in, the more I felt like I was falling behind, and the less I wanted to actually play it. Who knows? I might revisit it in the near future. I'm going to be playing this for about another 3 weeks, and then I'm taking a break from it until then, probably about a month before the new expansion drops. Why is that? I feel like that's a missed opportunity. I should look into that. This hemp and yarn probably doesn't go for much. It does not. It's not worth selling then. Not worth selling, not worth selling. Kind of sort of worth selling, I guess. Oh, here we go. So in a moment here, I want to check out something. So bear with me, because that moment where I was gonna like put something on the auction house, and I completely forgot why I was putting stuff on the auction house. That is kind of hilarious. All right, you are worth not as much as people are asking. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Oh wow, so someone did buy the ones of those that I put up. That's kind of neat. I'll put up another one. We'll see if it sticks. Inferno Horn. Some I already have like a couple of them up, so I'm not gonna worry about that. What about this necklace display stand? Those tend to get kind of low. All right. Yeah. Nice. You can do it. Yeah, I don't even remember. Like, I remember that I was doing the thing where every day I was logging in to do my dailies so I could get better at the blacksmithing, crafting. But it was just getting to the point where by the time I could finally craft something, it was no longer worth crafting, and that was becoming irritating. Are you entering Daddy's bedroom again?
No, it's right to know that we're gonna watch the new SpongeBob movie today on Netflix.
You want to watch the new SpongeBob movie today on Netflix? Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay. No promises, but I'll have to see if I can set that up for you, okay? Because I definitely think that that's within the realm of things I could set up for you. Alright. A lot of this stuff doesn't even really matter, but you know, that doesn't even sell for enough to make it worth a while. Okay. You know, NPC a bunch of stuff, and then I'll go on to the next thing. World Within is... Yeah, I saw that they've got, like, 3 new expansions they've teased, and, like, a lot of people are excited about it, but some people feel like, you know, I'm out, I'm going to stay out. It's hard for me to blame them. But what are these 2 for? I really need to, like, look into that. That gets turned into something, but I don't have the poetics to do it yet. That's not worth anything. Enchanted iron ink or potion of the mind. Okay. So go ahead and sell that. Hi, Jack. What you doing?
Guys, you're going to set this up.
What are you going to set up? I'm confused.
You will set up Netflix and go to.
I'm not going to set up Netflix. We're not watching Netflix while we're streaming for a number of reasons. That's just not going to happen.
So, when we're done, and we're done streaming.
When we're done streaming, I'm putting it on for you. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what? I could probably make that happen. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. All right, I'm just going through here. Anything that I don't think I could sell for enough to make it worthwhile, I'm just going to NPC. Why are those going for such a weird disparity amount? I don't know. Anyways. Brass ingots are going for an awful cheap amount. Is that a Maya that just walked in my door? Maya just got home. They're revamping him? Like, how so? I know that apparently it's easier to play a lot of the new races now. Now that I spent the time unlocking them. Hey, honey, how was, yeah, it was Science Club, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
Good. Yeah, it's also title night today, but like.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be a thing I'm able to make to tonight.
Yeah, it's okay. Maya, stop.
Jack is being fine. If I wanted him to not be there, I'd be like, hey.
Literally.
Yes. Well, he's behaving. He's keeping a safe distance. He keeps popping on when I'm streaming. Maya's here now. Here, I will change this so that people can see all of you now. It's I don't want people to see me. It's fine. That's my daughter. She's awesome. That's Jack. He's awesome. With their powers combined, they are awesome.
My power, I can disappear. Wanna see it?
Knight of Sarcasm says, hello, young lady. Jack, do not jump on my bed. As you can tell, he's feeling better already. If you're gonna like stay on it, that's one thing. You're not gonna jump on it. Looks like he's fading off into the distance. Yeah, she is wearing green. Oh no. All right, so what I'm doing here is certain equipment that drops in dungeons or that's particularly high quality and high level, you can trade in for company points. And in and of themselves, there's not a lot you can get with them that's worth caring about, especially at the level of play I'm at. But I've been burning through a lot of them in part for the weapon I've been working on. So it makes more sense for me to turn them into those than it does to hold on to them. And now I have much more space in my inventory. All right. I'm all right. I'm about to worry about me. So how do I have OBS set up? I'm kind of curious because oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of that and show it to someone. Okay, Heaven's Word. Is it capturing the capture? I'm gonna check something. Let's see if this works.
Run it back.
No. No, bad. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go to monitor 1. Okay. And all anima relics. I want to full screen that. Let me full screen it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I did the warrior relic, which has kind of like a cool look towards the end. I'm debating if the next one I'm going to do is going to be this Dark Knight one, which I kind of look like the looks of for what it is, or if I'm going to continue with the Ninja, which starts out kind of average, and then makes its way to where it looks shiny and blue. I'm definitely not going to worry about Dragoon or Monk, Black Mage. I'm assuming that's Summoner. The gun one's kind of cool for what it is, but I don't use Gunner enough to make it worthwhile. And it's worth noting that this particular weapon, while also having plenty of steps, is not nearly as frustrating as the ARR Relic one. Oh yeah, the gun one, I do like how it looks. Yeah, you should share a look with me, and I will. Uh, I remember Rebecca, kind of, sort of. Make sure to tell everyone that remembers me hi. Oh, the colors on these are definitely neat. Props for props are due. And that image was put together by Twitter user Shiba Yoru. I guess I should credit them. I mean, they're credited on the image, but since I'm using them in the stream. And do I need another relic? Another Heavensward relic? No. I want one. I don't know. Maybe. It'd be kind of nice to just like play the game without trying to get stupid relics for once. I want to point something out here because they're known as anima weapons, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps. All right, so to unlock the quest chain, which I've already done, you need to complete a one-time quest, which I've done. You need to do soul without life for each well relic you wish to acquire. I need to acquire an astral nodule and an umbral nodule, which you can farm fates for or turn in a zodiac zeta weapon. But I could still buy a replica, so it's not the end of the world. And then you can turn in those two items, and the first step is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Awoken weapons have the same model as the basic ones, but with a colored glow. You gotta do a toughening up thing, where you have to do 10 dungeons with the weapon equipped. And those are all level 50 dungeons. There's 2 intermissions where you're gonna talk to an NPC. Hooray! The next step, you've got to basically like I'd put together 4 items, and each of those 4 items requires uh 16 requires 14 of something. And I've gotten all of the items that I would buy with company seals. I think I need 1,500 more tombstones, which whatever. All right, so that's not terribly difficult in and of itself. Um, then you, for the next step, you need to spend 1,750 Algan tokens for. Those require some grinding to get, but you have a lot of options to do it, so that's cool. And then the next step, well, this is involved. Let's see here. I'm writing crystal sand, which is a combination of tombstones. And you got to trade in certain items. I remember that. Okay. And that's kind of a tedious process. But you can buy some of that stuff, so it's fine. And then sharpening it. You got to get singing clusters, which would normally be 2,000 Elegant tombstones, but you can get some from daily and weekly quests. So if you take your time with it, it's not an issue. And then the next thing, first you need to complete 3 dungeons. Okay. They can be done in any order and unsync, but you must complete the dungeons as the same job as the weapon you're currently working on. Well, that's good to know. Then you need to farm etheric density. You run Heavensward activities. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Oh my gosh. And then you unlock the deluxe version. Which I'm pretty sure I've done the one-time quests for. And then you need to do 12 trials. Oh, which is not terribly. So it's still involved, but it doesn't feel as frustratingly involved. It's definitely a bit more of a grind than the weapon I just got done working on, let me tell you. Alright. My weapon glows with the power of fringe. But I'll be honest, I'm in no rush to start the next phase of this. It'll be kind of nice just to play the game again. Of course, now that I've been playing the game for a while, I kind of don't know if I want to continue to play it, so I don't know. Jump. 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 Alright, let's turn off unrestricted party, but we'll still be willing to join a party in progress. We'll clear the selection. I've done none of my dailies today. I could definitely use some poetics. Let's go ahead and sync up for the main scenario. Oh, you know what else I need to finish really quick? Oh my gosh. I'm so close to getting like a couple of different lines in this. So this is like a weekly thing that you can do where you've got certain you know what? I was gonna queue up for like a daily dungeon, but I guess we're just gonna go do Thorn March Extreme as a dancer. But basically, you've got to do 9 of the, what is it, 16 options you have. And you can get points to like do one over again. Every time you get one done, it unlocks a sticker, which randomly goes on a board. So this fight definitely has some weird elements to it, because normally you would want to beat up all of these little Moogles, and then the King Moogle would raise them again, and then you could beat them up again. At my level, it's not super difficult, and on occasion, I can one-shot him, which is not... Well, no, I can two-shot him, I think, because he stops at like 0.01%, but then you can go ahead and get him after that. So we're going to go check this out. So I have 2 more options I can get, 4 lines. At 1 line, I can check one of these. At 2 lines, I can check one of these. I'm not going to get 3 lines. It's just not going to happen. Or if I wanted to use 2 points, I could shuffle where all those are. Like, I don't feel like some of these are raids and stuff, and I don't feel like running a level 60 dungeon. We'll use Second Chance, and we'll do Thorn March again. Yay! Let's see if we get anything. Oh, yeah. I remember I was doing something, and I think I even did it with you for a hot minute, where I had an NPC that I was trying to work on. Let me target them. Let me target them. He's gonna summon him back alive one more time, but he can take damage during that time, and that's when I get him. Dun, 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 dun. I beat the game. That's the story of how I beat the game. I beat it. I beat the game. I am the winner of the game. Yes, I beat it. I'm the one who beat the game. Okay. Ah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd like to play with more people. I feel like that's where a lot of the fun's at, but I don't always get that option. Oh, hey, we got a line. Nice. We might get 2 lines. 2 lines would be fantastic. Let's see what happens. I don't often get 2 lines. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm rather fond of my dancer, though I find it kind of amusing that their style of damage, like their mint is a ranged physical, but a lot of the time on my way to a boss, I'm right in the thick of things because of the way their AoE damage works. Okay, some of them are starting to run away. That's not a good sign. Come back. They've actually oversimplified this boss, because once upon a time, if you didn't kill him in the right order, you'd regret it. Why am I doing 0 damage? Oh. Goodbye. It isn't an area that's supposed to be dominated by Fey folks, so that's to be expected. Alright. Oh, we got someone dancing over there. First off, hey, 2 lines. I will take it. And second off, just to irritate this person. They're AFK. They don't care. But they're members of the Simul group. Let's take a look at their company profile. Samurai Dragons. This fits with one thing in common. Guild Glam and kicking. Yeah. Adventure Plate. Oh, that's adorable. I'm granting you more than the debt that I owe. Ooh. And now we're gonna dance. I'm your private dancer. I'm dancing for money. Do what you want me to do. This ability is like, as long as you stand there using it, it puts a regen buff on people. It gets stronger the more you stand there, but mostly it's an excuse to just be really flashy and or irritating around other people. Alright, so we're going to go to Idleshire. I think we're going to put some experience on our Paladin. I don't really play Paladin, but I'm really close to getting it to 60, or to 90. So I might as well put the experience there. Paladin, darn, I'm a Paladin. Are you Paladin stuff? dun, 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 dun. I'm going to turn it into this individual, and they are this young cat individual here. We hand over the journal. All right, so I got 2 lines. So I want the Tomes of Poetics for the first one. And I'm going to get half of my experience worth of experience. That's why I chose this class. It is tied to whatever class you are. I definitely want the Tomestones of Casualty versus the 100,000 points for the Gold Saucer or the Silver Certification. I don't know if I want the Bronze Certification, which has got some items in it that you can't get anywhere else, but they're all... Or if I want this Tomestone of Comedy, which is a higher tier currency, but there's not anything... we'll just go ahead and do that, I guess. Oh, hey, I got a new achievement. Now, I really need to finish that at some point. I'll worry about that later. So, if I try to get another journal from her, I already got one on Tuesday, so you can only get one at the beginning of each Tuesday. And they're good for, I think, 2 weeks, maybe 3, I don't know. So, but yeah, I don't actually play Paladin, which is kind of funny. Although I could easily take him to level 83 if I wanted to, just by doing some specific dailies, but we're not going to, because why would we do that? But no, mostly these days I'm like just doing the Dancer, or I'm trying to level up the Ninja. I've had some limited success on Dark Knight, and I continue to kind of play with that. I'm a Dark Knight. And one of the funny things about that is I set aside a lot of gear on my warrior as I was leveling it, so I don't have to get new equipment for him now that he's... Oh, that's not even the right way. I don't know, it could be fun to have like a fancy blade on him, but honestly, I might just hold off for a bit. Oh, we can move and descent those. Okay, are those like on Discord? I'll pull them up here in a moment. I'm also pretty far along on my Scholar, but honestly, I haven't been doing a lot of healing lately. One of these days. Well, items. Not selling that many, I'll tell you that right now. These are not going to sell for enough to make it worthwhile. Those are maybe, I don't know. We don't need to sell. Okay. Give me a moment, because I definitely want to check those out. Why are they so cheap on my home server? That makes no sense. Okay. Wait, no one's interested in you. Okay, so let's take a look at this thing that you sent me. Alright, so first we gotta pull up Discord, and I gotta pull up the right server and photography. And then well, I think I need to like pull it over here so that people can see it. Is there a way to like zoom in on that or full screen it? No, not really. Okay. Oh my gosh. It looks like in the photography is this, yeah, today 447. All right. I gotta like mess with OBS so I can show you that. So there we go. That's definitely kind of a neat little character. They're both pretty neat little characters. They're both hunters. Both little hunters. Oh, I need to pop into I need to abandon that server still. But I got the weapon, which you would have seen if you were watching the stream, but you weren't because you all secretly hate me and want to see me fail. Sad face. No, I am not typing this while on uh stream. Why would you suggest that? OMG. Oh my gosh. Scandalous. But with that, like, I feel bad because Rothgar or Ninja, huh? Welcome back. You're gonna hate me. I'm about to wrap this up. I suspect that my son wants to watch some SpongeBob movie, and I need a brief break, and I gotta start figuring out dinner here in a moment, and blah blah blah. I have to adult. But I definitely appreciate you jumping in. Definitely wouldn't mind doing something with you in the future. And I don't know. Hopefully next time I'll figure out how to get this on here and Twitch. We shall see. This guy's like a high level ninja showing off his high level ninja stuff. What the heck? That was a little embarrassing. I guess I didn't update my equipment the last time. Coming for you, buddy. Like stands. Yeah, thanks for doing that away from the camera. That's what I wanted. On a scale of 1 to 10, what did you... I thought they were pretty awesome, actually. It came together pretty nicely. I actually showed them on stream. All right, well, you don't be too much of a stranger, and I will catch you in the near future. I'll go ahead and kill the stream.